This video is to help you with number 7 on CR Helper number 30. It says write an algebraic expression for each phrase. Okay, so let's look at the first one. 6 times the sum of k and 3. You have to know what the word sum means. The word sum means to add. So it's the sum of k and 3. So you want to take k and add 3. Then you have 6 times that entire sum. So that's going to be 6. And how do we show in mathematics that we're going to multiply by this entire sum? We put that sum in parentheses. So this translates into 6 times the sum of k and 3. So hopefully that helps. You just have to make sure if you want the sum of k and 3, you want that entire expression within parentheses, and then you can multiply 6 by it. For less than the product of p and 2. Okay, the word less than does mean subtraction, but it actually switches the order. Like I want to just look at an example off to the side. What is 2 less than 10? Like if somebody said to you, what's 2 less than 10? Hopefully you would tell them, well, that's 8. If you said, what is 2 less than 10? Hopefully you'd say, oh, 8 is 2 less than 10. So with the words less than, what mathematical expression could I write for 2 less than 10? If we know our answer is 8, that really translates into 10 minus 2. 2 less than 10 is really 10 minus 2, or 8. With the words less than, you have to reverse the order in which the numbers are written, because 2 less than 10 is 8, and that means 10 minus 2. So that's just a little side note. So as soon as I see 4 less than, I know it's going to be a subtraction because of the words less than. But because it's a less than, I know I'm going to have something minus 4. Whatever number comes before the words less than actually gets written after the subtraction sign. So 4 less than says I'm going to have minus 4 here. And then it says the product of p and 2. So you have to know product means to multiply. So 4 less than the product of p and 2, it would be p times 2. This is 4 less than the product of p and 2. I do have to say, probably you're going to write it as the product of p and 2. A lot of times we write the constant first and then the variable. So the product of p times 2, this would be an acceptable answer, but the product of p times 2, we'd probably write 2p. Then we have minus 4. But either one of those answers would be completely acceptable. All right. Hopefully that helps. The tricky part with that was the less than and knowing you had to write the 4 after the minus sign. Twice. We have to know what the word twice means. Twice means 2 times. That's what the word twice means. 2 times the quotient. The quotient means to divide. A lot of times, I'll write it a couple different ways, but a lot of times we put a fraction bar for divide in the middle school. But we'll write it a few different ways. 2 times the quotient of w and 15. Quotient of w and 15 means w divided by 15. So it says 2 times w divided by 15. 2 times w divided by 15. That's 2 times the quotient of w and 15. I'd probably put that in parentheses if I was going to write it this way. Another way to write that would be 2 times, twice, the quotient of w and 15 could be written w over 15. So we could simply write that 2 times w over 15. I don't know, lots of ways to go about writing this. I'm guessing your teacher's probably looking for this or this. Let's try the next one. 9 times, all right, again, that's 9 times And it's the sum of. Okay, as soon as you see the sum of, it means the sum of this entire thing. Sum of means to add. So I'm going to have a plus sign in between there. 1/2 an m. But again, if it's 9 times that entire sum would have to go in parentheses. So it's 9 times the sum of 1/2 and m. So the sum of 1/2 and m is 1/2 plus m. If you want to take 9 times that entire quantity, the 9 goes outside a set of parentheses. All right. Hopefully that's just a little review of some of the terminology. Sum means to add, less than would be subtract, product is to multiply, quotient is to divide, twice is 2 times. Hopefully that helps, and hopefully you can see when it says the sum of, that those values need to be within parentheses then. All right, hope that helps.